103. Big blind top.
So it's a little over 3x re-raise. Do we have a chip count on the opener?
Raised to 107,000. Okay, so Jan raised to 30,000, and he had started with 560 some.
So they're pretty deep.
They're both very deep. If this pot, if they really clash swords here, it could be a humongous pot.
That's a really good spot for Dario to re-raise. You know, he's opening very light there because you know the stacks behind him allow him to steal a lot in that position. And since Dario's in the small blind, he might attack because he's the most aggressive player at the table. For sure, there's almost no way there's somebody more aggressive than Dario at this table.
Now there's an interesting situation. If he calls, Dario's going to have to play the pot out of position.
Yes, but in a situation like this, it's almost sometimes better to be out of position after your raise because you have the initiative.
You get first shot.
Yeah, you can just continuation bet.
7,000. And so we can basically all but bet that Dario is going to fire on the flop.
Yeah, he's probably going to fire about 125 to 175,000, and you know.
And it really doesn't say anything about his hand or the flop or anything. I mean, it's virtually a content-free bet.
And I don't know how Doc plays or anything, but some players. Jan. I don't know how Jan plays or anything, but some players only call re-raises very light, very with a very tight range here. So the flop could mean a lot of things, but this is a really good flop for Dario to continuation bet. You know, if Jan has something like King Queen or Ace 10 or Ace Queen, there's nothing he can do. He just has to fold.
Dario bets 160,000. You called the number. 160,000. Who is facing a bet of 160,000 following a pretty big re-raise from Dario before the flop. Now, as we said before, Dario has one speed, that's pedal to the metal. What do you think, Ryan?
He's either deciding how much he wants to raise or if he wants to play the hand, and it looks like he's probably going to fold. I would assume he either has, you know, a pretty weak hand and wants to see if he can get Dario to fold to a re-raise all in, like if he has a hand like maybe Ace Queen and or Ace 10 or maybe 10-9 even.
Dario does not, unless he's got chips back there that aren't seen. Dario is at 508,000. I don't see he
fits.
Young, re-raise, pocket H.
It could be.
So Dario was telling the truth. He's got a hand.
So Dario, I mean, he seems a little uneasy about this, so I'm assuming that he either has a hand like Ace King, but I think he would call. Would he call? Or a middle pair.
Yeah.
Jan shows pocket 5, and David shows pocket 3. Pocket check, pick a trade. I'm ready to bet. Dario.
Not flat? What I want? I'll just change it. I want a black. I promise you.
Okay, so Dario basically just hit his miracle flop.
Yeah, you know, once he gets re-raised all in, you know, he can't fold. He has to go with the hand. You know, even if Jan has a jack, you know, he has a lot of backdoor outs. You know, a 5-6 run out, a 3. You know, a 2 and a high card coming off could counterfeit the kicker. You know, he just has to get it in, and Jan is definitely shoving all the middle pairs. You know,
right.
I think Jan probably should have shoved pre-flop against Dario. Even though he's always getting a continuation bet out of Dario, a hand like 5s just it doesn't flop well enough. A hand like 9s, I think he could call the raise a little better and then get it in on more flops. But 5s is going to have three open cards way too often to play the hand.
Right.
In this manner.
Let's see this up. Going to the defense?
Yeah.
Dario still in the lead.
And Dario's excited there because, you know, there's a lot of cards that could give him extra outs on the turn, like if a 6 rolls off or a 3 or
So, Dario, basically, that is a huge hand. That takes Dario to over $1 million in chips. And Jan Heitman to basically nothing.